Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is about mastering the skill of patience. Patience is more than waiting. It's the strength to stay calm, focused, and steady while working toward your goals. Just like a seed takes time to grow into a tree, your dreams need time and care before they can bear fruit. Life is full of moments when we feel we are waiting too long. Maybe it is waiting for a bus, waiting for results after an exam, or waiting for a dream to come true. For young people, this waiting often feels harder because the heart is full of energy and dreams. Everyone wants quick answers, quick success, quick recognition. But there is one powerful skill that can change the way we live, the way we learn, and the way we achieve anything in life. That skill is patience. Patience is not simply sitting quietly and doing nothing. Patience is the art of keeping calm while working, learning, and moving forward, even if things take time. It is the ability to trust the process without losing hope or focus. Many people believe that talent is the key to success, but talent without patience burns out quickly. On the other hand, an ordinary person with patience can reach amazing heights, because patience allows them to keep going long after others have given up. This story will take you through different stages of patience, explain why it is important, and share inspiring examples in simple English. The goal is to make you not only understand patience but also feel it, love it, and it will also improve your English skill. Once there was a young boy named Arav. He lived in a small town surrounded by green fields and quiet rivers. Arav was full of dreams. He wanted to be a great painter one day. Every time he saw colors in the sky during sunset, his eyes shined. Every time he saw flowers bloom, he wanted to paint them. But there was a problem. Arav wanted to become good at painting very quickly. He thought if he practiced for a few weeks, he would become as great as the artists he admired in books and television. So, Arav started painting. In the beginning, he was excited. He bought brushes, colors, and sheets of paper. For 1 week, he painted every day. But soon, when he compared his paintings to the works of great artists, he felt disappointed. His lines were not straight, his colors were not balanced, and his figures looked messy. He felt frustrated and asked himself, "Why am I not perfect already? Why am I not good enough yet?" After 2 weeks, Arav wanted to quit. He thought maybe painting was not for him. But one evening, his grandfather, who was a wise man with silver hair and calm eyes, came to his room. He saw Arav tearing up his paintings in anger. His grandfather smiled gently and said, "What are you doing, my boy?" Arav replied sadly, "I will never be good. I have tried and tried, but my paintings are not like the great ones. Maybe I am not talented." His grandfather sat beside him, put his hand on Arav's shoulder and said, "Do you know how long it takes for a seed to become a tree?" Arav shook his head. His grandfather continued, "When you put a seed in the soil, do you see a tree the next day? No. First, the seed rests. Then slowly, roots start growing under the soil where no one can see. After that, a tiny green shoot comes out. It takes months, even years, for the seed to grow into a big tree that gives fruit and shade. If you lose patience and dig it up every day to check, the seed will die. Painting, learning, and every dream are like that seed. If you give time, love, and patience, one day you will see the results." Those words touched Arav's heart. For the first time, he understood that success does not come in weeks or months. It comes with patience. Patience is not just about waiting. It is about waiting with the right attitude. When you stand in a line at the store, you may wait angrily or you may wait peacefully. The time is the same, but your experience is different. In life, impatience makes us stressed, angry, and hopeless. Patience, on the other hand, makes us calm, hopeful, and strong. Think about learning a language. Many young learners give up after a few weeks because they think, Why am I not fluent yet? But fluency is like a long road. Each word you learn is a step forward. If you keep walking patiently, one day you will reach fluency. If you give up halfway, you will never reach. Patience is the fuel that keeps you walking. The same is true for sports, music, studies, or any dream. A runner cannot become fast in a single day. A musician cannot play perfectly in 1 week. Every skill requires practice, and every practice requires patience. After his grandfather's advice, Arav decided not to give up. He promised himself that he would paint every day with patience. He did not expect to be perfect in 1 week or 1 month. Instead, he thought of himself as a seed slowly growing into a tree. The next day, he started again. He painted simple objects, like a cup, a ball, or a tree. At first, they still looked childish, but he reminded himself of the seed. "Roots are growing," he whispered to himself. Slowly, after months, his lines became better. His colors looked more natural. His friends started noticing the improvement. They said, "Wow, Arav, your painting is getting good." Those words gave him encouragement, but he knew it was not magic. It was patience. Sometimes he felt tired. Sometimes he looked at other artists and thought he was still far behind. But every time impatience tried to enter his heart, he remembered his grandfather's words. He learned to enjoy the process instead of only waiting for the result. He realized that patience is not just waiting for success. Patience is living with peace while working towards success. Patience feels difficult because our world is fast. We live in a time where you can get food delivered in minutes, information in seconds, and entertainment instantly. Young people grow up believing that everything should be fast. But real life, real dreams, and real growth do not follow this speed. Nature has its own clock, and it is always slow but steady. A fruit takes months to ripen. A tree takes years to grow. A human takes decades to gain wisdom. When we compare our journey to quick results, we feel frustrated. That frustration is what makes patience hard. But if we change our mindset, patience becomes natural. Nature is the best teacher of patience. Look at rivers. They flow slowly, cutting through rocks and shaping valleys. They never rush, yet they achieve great things. Look at mountains. They stand tall for thousands of years, facing storms, rains, and winds. They do not complain. Look at butterflies. Before becoming beautiful, they spend days inside a cocoon, waiting silently. If they come out too early, they die. But if they wait patiently, they fly with colorful wings. When young people connect with nature, they understand that patience is not weakness. Patience is strength. It is the power that builds everything lasting. Patience is also important in human relationships. Friends, family, and classmates all have different moods, habits, and mistakes. If we become impatient with them, we fight, argue, and lose peace. But if we practice patience, we learn to listen, forgive, and understand. Arav also learned this lesson. One day, his younger sister spoiled one of his paintings by spilling water on it. At first, Arav felt angry, but then he remembered patience. He took a deep breath and said, "It's okay. I can paint again." His sister smiled and hugged him. That small moment taught him that patience protects love. History is full of people who achieved greatness through patience. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed hundreds of times before creating the electric bulb. If he had given up after a few tries, the world might still be dark. Think of Mahatma Gandhi, who used patience and non-violence to bring freedom to millions. Think of scientists, writers, and athletes who spend years in training before the world sees their glory. Behind every success story, there is a long period of silent patience. Success is like fruit. People see the sweet fruit, but they do not see the long years when the tree was growing roots underground. Years passed. Arav grew into a young man. His paintings became famous in his town. People admired his work and asked him how he became so skilled. Arav always answered with a smile, "Patience." One day, his paintings were displayed in a big exhibition in the city. Many visitors praised him. Reporters asked, "What is your secret?" Arav remembered his journey and said, "Talent is not enough. The real secret is patience. Every painting you see here is a result of years of waiting, practicing, and not giving up. Without patience, these colors would never have found their place on canvas." His words inspired many young artists. Some of them wanted to quit before, but after hearing Arav, they decided to continue. Arav felt proud not because he became famous, but because he could pass on the lesson of patience to others. Patience not only gives success, it also changes who we are. A patient person becomes calm, kind, and strong. They do not break easily when problems come. They know how to wait, how to hope, and how to keep moving forward. Impatience makes people restless and weak. They run from one thing to another without finishing anything. They get angry quickly and lose friends. They give up too soon and regret later. But patience creates stability. It is like deep roots of a tree that hold it firm even in storms. One evening, when Arav's grandfather grew old and weak, Arav sat beside him. He showed him a beautiful painting of a tree full of fruits and shade. His grandfather smiled and said, "Do you remember the story of the seed?" Arav nodded with tears in his eyes. Grandfather whispered, "You have become the tree, my boy. You grew slowly, you waited, and now you give fruits of inspiration to others. This is the power of patience." Arav realized that patience was not just about painting. It was about life itself. Every dream, every relationship, every goal requires patience, and those who master this skill become unshakable. Dear young reader, if you want to master anything in life, studies, career, language, art, or even happiness, remember the story of Arav. Remember the seed that grows into a tree. Do not expect miracles in one night. Give yourself time. Work every day with patience. Trust the process. One day, you will look back and realize that patience was not only your tool, it was your greatest teacher. It made you strong, it made you wise, and it made you successful. Master the skill of patience, and you will master the art of living.